What's Spring's objective? What are you guys trying to do?
The first use case that we focused on from the Ripple perspective is on cross-border payments. At the same time, we think there's lots of other use cases for XRP and XRP Ledger, and so Spring is really an initiative to focus on new use cases for XRP and XRP Ledger outside of cross-border payments.
What kind of companies are you guys looking at? What's the future look like?
So for Spring, we're focused on a couple of different things. XRP payments is an important one. I think the other area that we're spending some time digging into is looking at the tokenization of real-world assets. The idea there, generally being, there are a lot of assets that people purchase and own that are actually quite illiquid. They're quite hard to transfer. And by tokenizing these things, you can actually make them much more liquid and much easier to transfer around. And an asset that's easier to transfer and has more liquidity is better than one that isn't. And so you can imagine that over time, kind of all of the assets that we own actually end up being tokenized in many ways. And we're even seeing similar sort of things inside of really consumer-oriented things like gaming, where a lot of people spend a lot of money buying virtual goods inside of games that they love, but those goods are actually locked up in that game, and it's really hard to actually transfer a good that you own inside of a game. And so by tokenizing these virtual goods and building a platform where they can be exchanged inside of a marketplace, you can actually remove that level of trust that's needed and really ease the transfer. And it starts to shift things like games from being based around kind of free-to-play and selling virtual goods to almost like a marketplace-driven or a market-driven economy.
We've recently seen Omni, for example. They're using XRP as a payout method for folks that lend their stuff. As they're a company that's being supported by Spring, what makes them successful in that specific use case?
Omni's an interesting use case where they have an interesting platform where you can basically put real-world goods into their storage service, and you can loan them out or rent them out so that other people can use them and you can get paid. And so they've enabled a way for users to get paid through XRP. You can look around your room and see, here's a surfboard that I'm not using. You can put it onto Omni, and now all of a sudden your surfboard is actually turning in and earning you XRP. In some ways, it's kind of like mining, right? It's like instead of taking that old gaming PC and like burning up a bunch of electricity to make some sort of crypto somewhere, you can take something, you can take your lawnmower or something, like give it off to Omni, and all of a sudden it'll start earning you XRP.